Okay, today I'm gonna be teaching you how to draw realistically in just 5 easy steps, guys. It is so simple. Are you guys excited? Yes! Oh my god. Okay, basically, just to put it simply, the 5 steps are: get a good high quality image, then you want to get a good sketch, you're going to want to do a marker base, you're going to want to layer down the dark colors first, and then you're going to go on top, do all the details, the layering, and the highlights. Those are just the 5 simple steps. Obviously there's more into, like, you know, going into it, but I'm gonna really break it down and simplify it so that you guys can follow along while I am drawing this portrait. Are you guys excited? Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so step 1 obviously is finding a good reference image. You want a really high quality image, especially for realism, because you really want to focus on all the itty bitty details in realism. And if you don't have a good quality image, you're pretty much screwed. So just go on Google and search whatever you're trying to find. I'm doing Willow Smith for this one, so I searched up Willow Smith on Google and I went to images and I found the high quality images. Okay, step 2 is getting your proportions right, getting a good sketch, because this is arguably one of the most important steps in realism. You want to get your proportions correct. A really easy way to do this is doing the grid method. Now, there's a lot of better tutorials on YouTube on how to do the grid method, but I'm just gonna go over it really quickly. You're gonna want to take your image, put a grid over. I'm using Procreate. You can literally use like anything. Then you want to put the same grid on your piece of paper, and from that you're going to want to copy each square, each line. You know, the grid really helps with the proportions is what I'm getting at, so do that. There's a lot of other tutorials that explain it a lot better. If you're still confused, just go ahead, do your grid, and draw it out. Super duper easy. Don't mess it up, or your entire drawing is screwed. Now, obviously, you're gonna want to start erasing the sketch that you have underneath, because we're moving on to step 3. Step 3 is the marker base. Now, marker bases are really important because with colored pencils, you're gonna get a lot of white spots underneath unless you keep layering and layering and layering. Marker base basically takes away all that extra time because you already have a nice base underneath. So you're not gonna have any white spots, and it's gonna be a lot faster, a lot quicker. So here I'm showing you my colors. I'm using Copic markers. Those are really expensive though. Some cheaper ones are Prismacolors, or, you know, it's a marker base. Marker bases don't have to be perfect, so you can even use Crayola. So just go ahead and do that. Now it's time for coloring, guys. I am using Faber-Castell's Polychromos, but you can literally use Prismacolors. You can use anything really. I just prefer Faber-Castell's, but those are a little costly. Step 4, you're gonna want to get your shadows and darker colors down first. So I'm using a brown and a black. Make sure when you color, you really want your pencils to be sharp, because if they're dull, it's gonna be a little harder to blend and you're gonna get a really streaky kind of effect. I'm just putting in, like, you know, the darker colors where the shadows are. Then step 5 is layering your colors, blending, you know, highlights, all that good, juicy, yummy, juicy stuff, okay? I'm using like a little kind of like a toned gray. The blending, you can also use white. White is really good. When you're blending, you kind of really want to press down really hard. I think it's called like burnishing. Go all over, everywhere. Really blend it in good with that like toned gray. After that, really the rest of the drawing, you're gonna just want to rinse and repeat. Just keep layering your colors, keep layering the shadows, keep layering the dark colors, keep layering, you know, the blending colors. You want to keep layering them. Make sure your pencils are sharp. And for highlights, I like to use Posca pens. Posca pens are really good. Make sure not to go overboard. I see a lot of artists tend to go overboard with highlights just because they like them. Throughout this whole process, you don't want to just do something because you like it. For realism, you really have to like reference the photo that you're using. So make sure you only put highlights where it looks like there's highlights. Another really good tip is using an X-Acto knife. So you can actually like kind of like carve it, not really carve it, but kind of indent the paper to put in some details. So that way when you layer it over with colored pencils, that part is not colored. It's just a really good way to get some of those intricate details because it's so sharp and it's so tiny, but also be safe with it because you might die. Anyways, you're just gonna want to continue layering, coloring, and layering, and coloring, and coloring, and layering, and coloring, and layering, and layering, color. And throughout this whole process, you really need to focus on your reference image, okay? I can't really teach you how to look at something and copy it down. I don't know how to do that. That's basically what realism is. You're more looking at the different colors, the different shapes in the image. So you're not really looking at the image as a whole. But oh my God, my colored pencil broke. Oh no. that is tragic. Anyways, basically you're just gonna want to keep going, you know, keep layering, keep doing your thing until it looks a little something like this. And now you are done. After you've done all that layering, all that stuff, all that yummy stuff, and you think it looks good, you're done. And remember guys, the 5 very simplified steps: finding a good quality photo, having good proportions and a good sketch, having a good marker base. Step 4, shadows, darker colors first. 5, layering, blending, and highlights. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did find this helpful, if you did enjoy the video, low-key subscribe, like, and comment, because low-key I'm trying to become a YouTuber. Yeah, low-key. Do all of that. If you have any questions, please let me know. And know that I am not a classified artist. I am literally 16 years old, so please do not attack me. Please.